I would have said Oga, but he's not from Nigeria. He was in South Africa for 18 years and left everything and got on that flight. A young mother with a baby on her back. But guess what? She's not the only one. I would predict maybe 50 to 60% of the passengers in that plane were children. Oh, and South African born. I'm going to go on averages, maybe 3 kids per family. So let's say a mother, a father, plus 3 kids. Do the math. Keep in mind, of the 300 passengers, 290 were illegal immigrants, or should I say undocumented to be in South Africa. Then you ask your question of, okay, so they used the South African healthcare, they gave birth to their children, how did they register them? Do they have birth certificates? What is their nationality? Do you remember the South African kids who did not have spaces in their own schools? I'm not saying Ghana is solely responsible for the shortage in spots, but if you watch this video, you'll be overwhelmed by the number of school-aged children that got out of that flight. Because of YouTube rules, I cannot show you children specifically, but if you watch the full video on this channel, Magical Ghana, so magical as it's spelled here on your screen, and then GN, you can watch the full video. I'm going to be honest with you, watching the full video as they arrive in Ghana, get off the plane, their first time, I would say for this, especially the children, their first time in Ghana, all you see is worry on their faces. I don't see signs of relief. Then she was dragged out of the plane. Okay, fine, not dragged, but she was held together because she was highly emotional. And they were all given masks on arrival, and they had medical checkups. And then the irony, they were made to sing the Ghana national anthem, as if to remind them of who they are, or a simple welcome gesture. Either way, sing along they did. I don't know about you, but I'm not getting off a flight that is multiple hours. I don't know how many hours it is to Ghana. I've never been, full disclosure. However, I'm not getting off a long flight to sit in a press conference. Give me my jollof Ghana rice. Take me to where I'm supposed to say, and then call us back for this press media briefing. I don't know. That's just me. Let's listen to this.
As we're going to start the program, I would like to point you to the washrooms in case you need to use.
Put it in. Put it in. Let me show. Let me show.
I think they had a system to process, and I think first out of the plane was women and children. And you can see in this clip I just played, there are literally 4 young, very young children with, I'm assuming, their mothers. And let's listen to this man who has been in South Africa for 18 years. I don't know if he was documented or not, but he mentions he left everything.
18 years. 18 years. Yeah. Yeah, even I leave my everything there. They destroy my everything. Yeah.
Again, I count another different set of 4 kids. That's why I went with the average of 3 kids per household. And a household being mother, father, and then 2 to 3 kids. That's what I'm seeing. These are entire families that were undocumented in South Africa. So they chartered an Ethiopian Airways flight, had everyone come, get off the plane, have them go to like an assembly setting, a media press briefing setting, go through health screening, and then there were so many people on the tarmac, as in you couldn't get off the plane and kind of disappear. You had to follow the bouncing ball, which was they led you directly. They prevented you from going anywhere else but into the bus that then takes you to the airport. This is a government-led initiative to repatriate Ghana citizens from South Africa back home. So I don't even think this has got any NGOs involved, because I don't see UN or any other non-profit organizations. But you can see here everybody in kind of the security vests. Those are the assistant staff, or should I say the welcome party, that prevented them from going anywhere else than straight into the bus, out of the bus, straight into the airport. I'm just gonna guess she's happy, highly emotional to be back on Ghana soil. Let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are with regards to Ghana having their citizens return back home, facilitating their transportation, their air tickets. What is going to happen with the other countries? The other countries, are they also going to follow suit?